Similarly, limits basically we examine the behavior of a function. Kita nak tengok apa jadi kat function tu as the value of x gets closer to but do not take on a certain value of a. Itu dari segi definitionnya lah ayat dia. Okay. And then if a function approaches the number L as x approaches a, then the limit of x approaches a is written as limit. Situ. Okay. So apa yang dia masukkan kat second tu, dia kata okay, kalau dari segi ayat dia panjang-panjang tu, dari segi simbol matematiknya, dia akan baca kalau kita ada limit. Saya padam yang atas ni. Limit. If it's limit, then dia akan tulis sebagai lim kat situ. Macam nama orang kan. It's limit. Okay. X approaches A tu is basically apa yang ada kat bawah tu. X arrow A. Kalau nampak arrow tu maksudnya approaches. Dia menghampiri. Of our function fx equal to L. L tu jawapan dia lah. Fx is the function in the question. Okay. So, maksudnya kat sini, let's say lah saya ada graph. Tak kisahlah graph apa-apa pun. Contohlah saya letak graf kuadratik lah kat sini. Okay. So kita bukannya nak tengok betul-betul apa, contohlah saya tandakan yang tu minimum point tu, let's say lah 1 lah kat situ, 2. Kita bukannya nak tengok exactly kat 1 tu apa jadi. Kita nak tengok when it approaches 1, dari kiri ke dari kanan ke tak kisah, apa jadi kat function tu. Itu bezanya limit dengan apa yang selalu awak cari sebelum ni lah. So kita akan tengok bila dia menghampiri the value of x, what happened to our function. Okay. So that's basically definition. Now kita terus masuk kepada properties of limit. Altogether we have 6 saya rasa. So kena ingat satu-satu. Janganlah hafal, faham konsep je. Okay. Start with the first one. We have limit of a constant. Dia akan dapat constant itself. So contohnya kat situ, kalau kita ada limit of x approaches 2 of 5. 5 ni constant. Dan jawapan dia akan jadi exactly 5. Dia tak berubah apa-apa kat situ. Okay. And then the second one, if we have limit of x as x approaches 2, then jawapan dia akan ada 2 juga. Macam mana dia buat? So basically x tu substitute into function. So kalau kita gantikan 2 into the function, dapatlah 2. That will be our answer. Okay. And then next properties is about scalar multiplication. So if it's involving scalar times any function, scalar tu we can factorize outside. Contoh ni, we have limit of 7 times fx as x approaches a. So 7 itself is basically a constant, a scalar. So kita boleh bawa keluar outside of our limit function. Kita tak payah nak masukkan bersama-sama kat situ. We can factorize it out. Okay, that is the properties. Moving on. Okay, next one, limit of raising power. So sama konsep lebih kurang macam scalar multiplication tadi. Kalau kita ada limit of a certain function with a power, set n to power lah, apa-apa power, dan kita boleh bawa keluar kuasa tu, means we transfer the limit of our function inside the power. Macam tu. Nanti kita tengok soalan lah lagi senang faham. Okay, next one, limit of addition of two function, addition or subtraction lah. So kalau the whole function tu ada tambah tolak, then kita boleh pecah jadi satu-satu. Contohnya dia bagi kat sini, kita ada limit of x approaches a, 3x plus minus third x. So kita boleh pecahkan dia jadi limit of 3x plus minus limit of third x. Pecahkan satu-satu macam tu. Okay. Itu dah properties number 5. Moving on. Oh, kita ada last tu. So limit of product of two function, lebih kurang macam tadi lah. Kalau tambah tolak boleh pecah, darab pun kita boleh pecahkan dia. So let's say limit of 3x times x boleh jadi limit 3x times limit x. Pecah kepada 2. Okay, and then last one, quotient or division of two different functions. Sama juga, kalau kita ada dua function tu yang bahagi, kita boleh pecah limit of the first function divided by limit of the second function. Contohnya kat sini, limit of third x divided by 2x. So dia boleh jadi limit of set x divided by limit of 2x. Kita boleh pecahkan dia kepada two different limit. Okay, that's all for properties of limit. Kita try terus jawab soalan. Okay, so we have first one, limit of fx as x approaches a is negative 1. Okay, itu first info dia bagi. Limit fx is negative 1. And then the second info, we have limit of gx equal to 2. That would be the second info. Evaluate each of the following. Means we have to use our properties just now to answer this question. Okay, we start with the first one. We have limit of fx minus 3gx. Okay, ini dia bergabungkan dua properties lah. So kita tahu tadi kalau tolak kita boleh asingkan tolak tu. And then if we have scalar multiplication, scalar tu kita boleh factorize outside. So if I open this out, this would be equal to limit of x approaches a fx minus limit of x approaches a 3gx. Saya pecahkan je jadi limit first function minus limit second function. And then as I said just now, we have scalar here 3. So 3 tu kita boleh bawa keluar outside of limit function. Okay, so this would be equal to, yang first tu kita tak tukar. And then 3 tu saya boleh factorize outside of limit. So we have 3 times with limit of x approaches a gx. Okay, now we can substitute one by one using info in our question. So the first one, limit of fx just now is negative 1 minus with 3 times with limit of gx in the question would be 2. So finally our answer here would be negative 7. Kita ganti-ganti je ikut properties yang dia dah bagi. Okay, that for part A. Moving on, B. So we have limit of x approaches a to fx divided by gx. Okay, so as the property said just now, if it's division of two different function, we can open this up once again, and then kita ada extra constant 2 here, which we can factorize outside of our limit function. So this will be equal to 2 times with limit of x approaches a fx divided by limit of x approaches a gx. Saya pecahkan terus. Ada limit atas and then bahagikan dengan limit bawah. Ada constant, saya terus factorize outside. Okay, now we can substitute once again. So 2, limit of fx negative 1, limit of gx is 2. So our answer here is negative 1. Okay, settle for part B. Moving on, C. We have multiplication of two different functions. So once again, we can open this up. So this will be equal to limit of x approaches a of fx times with limit of x approaches a gx. Okay, so once again substitute. First one is negative 1, gx just now is 2. So here our answer will be minus 2. Okay, so kat sini Hinda, kita kalau faham konsep properties, kita boleh jawab je, buka je apa yang berlaku kat situ lah. Okay, soalan ni tak habis lagi. Kita continue next one, C. Ada C lagi. D lah patutnya ni. Sekejap ya. Saya tukar ni jadi D. Maksudnya yang ni E lah. Okay, for D, kejap. Atas ni lah tadi salah A, B, C, D, E. Betul lah. Okay. So, next one. Limit of x approaches a of fx plus gx the whole thing squared. Tiba-tiba ada kuasa pula kat sini kan. So, macam biasa, you know, if we have the whole thing squared, we can open this up. Means we have to expand lah. Kita kembangkan satu-satu. Using the properties of, kalau kita tahu a plus b squared, dia akan jadi a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So the same thing we apply here. So means fx now would be our A. Gx akan jadi kita punya B. So open this up, dia akan jadi so first function squared, so dia akan jadi fx squared. And then plus with 2ab, so 2 times fx times gx. And then plus with second function tu gx squared. So the whole thing of gx pun kita squared kan. Okay. Now we have 3 different function here yang ada tanda plus. So by using the properties just now, we can open this up one by one. So this would be equal to, first one we have limit of x approaches a fx. Ada squared kat atas ni, by using properties tadi, kalau ada kuasa kita boleh keluarkan kuasa tu jadi the whole thing. So dia akan jadi limit of x approaches a of fx squared. Okay, plus with, okay, the second one kita ada constant 2 tu. So kita boleh kembangkan dia jadi 2 limit of x approaches a fx times with limit of x approaches a gx. And then plus with third one, samalah macam yang first one tadi, kita keluarkan terus kuasa. So dia jadi limit of x approaches a gx the whole thing squared. Okay, now kita gantilah satu-satu as before. So fx is negative 1, gx is 2. So dapatlah apa yang kita dapat tu. So basically simplify this up, we will get 1. Yang ni kena hati-hati sikit lah dari segi properties awak kembangkan tu. And then raising power tu, you can open up the bracket, the whole square tu, kena hati-hati kat situ. Okay, moving on. Last one, for example 1, we have limit x approaches a cube root of gx divided by fx. Okay, same as before, if it's division, kita boleh asingkan dia, limit atas bahagi limit bawah. And then we have raising power here, so kita boleh kembangkan power tu outside of limit function terus. So this would be equal to cube root of limit x approaches a gx divided by cube root of limit of x approaches a fx. Okay, and then kita gantilah satu-satu seperti biasa. So we have cube root of 2 divided by cube root of negative 1. So final answer here kita akan dapat cube root of negative 2. Nak tinggal macam tu boleh, nak tekan calculator pun boleh lah, tak ada masalah. Okay.